Hello, thanks for checking in. My name's Neil McDonnell and I'm just one of many volunteers who work and run the Glengarry Highland Games. Unfortunately, as you're probably aware, we don't have a 2021 edition of the Glengarry Highland Games due to COVID-19. Our event is rain, shine, but not COVID-19. Despite that, that's the bad news. The good news is there's a real reason for optimism. You can feel it in the air. Vaccines are present, COVID numbers are down, and just the other night I can hear pipers and drummers practicing in Maxville. And I'm sure it's not only in Maxville. There's many online competitions for pipe bands and drummers going on, so you can see the anticipation that we're starting to build and come back. Lots of Celtic musicians, lots of activity, and we too are starting in our minds. We're in the starters blocks. We're getting ready to have you back here on these grounds for our next Highland Games. In the meantime, we have a lot of virtual activity in our social media. If you check out our Facebook page or on our website, there's various presentations we put together last year, one which will follow this video, which was our virtual Glengarry Highland Games. We were very proud of the performance and all those who participated, so we hope you'll continue to watch. Also, this year you'll have a posting of a Glengarry Highland Games fiddle concert. So that's put on by our fiddle committee with various artists, and I think it's something you're really going to enjoy. So I would say it's not too early for me to tell you, before I leave you, get in your closet, find your kilt, make sure the pleats fall where they're supposed to. You don't want to be rushing looking for your Glengarry Highland Games shirt on the Thursday before the games when the rest of the family's in the car. Above all, we can't wait to wish you Cudmil Fulsha. 100,000 welcomes to the 73rd edition of the Glengarry Highland Games. Hi, I thought I might see you here. What drew you in? Was it the sound of the pipes, or could it be tradition? For you and me and so many others, the Glengarry Highland Games is a tradition. For some people, a 72-year tradition. Usually these grounds are, when we are at games time, full of spectators and participants, sponsors and concessions, volunteers, organizers, everybody pulling together to put on a great Scottish festival. And unfortunately, Like the rest of the world, due to COVID-19, we had to stop our planning. So some folks thought, well, if you can't come to the games, could we bring the games to you? Now, I know what you're thinking. How do you bring an event, an international event of that scope and pageantry and all the colors and sound to you virtually? Well, that's a little hard. But we can bring some familiar faces and some familiar tunes, and hopefully it lifts your spirits, gets your blood pumping, and has you looking forward to your return in this site for the 73rd Games. So if you're game, I'm going to send you up the path to Paddy Kelly. He's there to welcome you. Thanks.
Hello, welcome. Come on in. So glad to see you. You're all looking just grand, and I'm glad you could make it out. Now, 100 pipers, you say? What about 100 fiddlers? Well, we don't quite have that many for you today, but one of the highlights of attending the Glengarry Highland Games in Maxville are the fiddle workshops, the presentations, 2 days of workshops, performances, and jamming, of course. Some great fun that you don't want to miss. Now, every year, we amass as many fiddlers as we can to come and join in with the fun. And they have the opportunity to play for our Friday night opening concert. They average about 80 to 85, but one year we had a special year with some Cape Breton fiddlers that came down. We managed to collect 120 fiddlers, all playing for the entertainment of the crowds. So come on, let's have a ceilidh and let's listen to some fiddling, shall we? once again. I really hope you're enjoying the show, and we're so thankful that you're here with us. I think I see a few new people, and for those who have never been here physically, we are looking for you to come and visit us next year in 2021. Now, the game started around 1948, long before I was born. No snickering, long before I was born. And I remember coming here in the mid-70s for the first time. I was quite young at the time. And I was entranced by this wonderful group, a family, that sang together. There must have been 10 or 15 of them. It was huge, but they sounded so great. Doing some of the classics for you now. Please enjoy the Morris Family.
Bonnie Charlie's through a wall, safely o'er the friendly main. Money I had will Black King's wall. Should he ne'er come back again? Will he no come back again? Will he no come back again? Better, Lord, he cannot be. Will he no come back again?
He trusted in your healing. They trusted you, dear Charlie. They ken you're hiding in the death or exile braving.
Will he no come back again? Will he no come back again? Better, Lord, he cannot be. Will he no come back again? Sweet the lavrock's note and plain, lilting wildly up the glen, but I to me sings a sang. Will he no come back again? Will he no come back again? Will he no come back again? Better, Lord, he cannot be. Will he no come back again? Will he no come back again? Will he no come back again? Better, Lord, he cannot be. Will he no come back again?
Now, the swirl of the kilts, and watch the SDNG Highland dancers and the McCullough dancers.
This video is proudly sponsored by the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric Metcalf and I was honored to be asked to be president of the Glengarry Highland Games, home of the North American Pipe Band Championship. I'd like to thank all the participants that put the video together and the performers. Also, I'd like to thank all the committee members and directors for their work in the past year, and look forward to seeing everybody next year at the 2021 Games, July 30th and 31st. Thank you. Take care.
Oh, funny to bump into you here. I hope you enjoyed the kilts and the dancers. Weren't they fantastic? Now we're standing here where we would normally have the Grade 1 and Grade 2 Pipe Band Championship Circle, surrounded by seating, of course, and huge crowds to come in on the folly. How can we talk about the games without talking about the pipe bands? One of the most important aspects of our games. Now, we're very proud and honored and privileged actually to be able to host the North American Pipe Band Championships. Now, in addition to the pipe band competition, of course, there's all of the solo piping and solo drumming, which includes a solo performance of the Pibroch by the Pibroch Gold Medal Canada Society. A very acclaimed prize that people compete for, and we've had some wonderful outcomes with that, and it's a very popular event. So come on now, it's time to hear some pipe bands, and we hope you enjoy it, and we hope to see you soon.
Although this field might look a little empty to some of you people who attend the games regularly, it's hosted many North American Pipe Band Championships. We've had up to 73 bands on that field, and you've often heard favorites, great Scottish favorites out there on the field. Well, we know you're thinking of one in particular, So here's Amazing Grace.
Hello again. I hope you're enjoying the show. It's unfortunate you couldn't be here with us in person, but I'm glad you can make it at least at the comfort of your own home. There's so much more that goes on here that we'd love to be able to show you, but we just don't have the time. Between our golf tournament on Wednesday, a tartan ball or dinner and dance on Thursday, entertainment everywhere, the harp workshop, the whiskey tasting, sword fighting, and so much more. We'd love you to be able to come down and join us next year. But what we do have time for is what we have time for every evening after the day's events, and that's for a ceilidh. The music must go on, so please join us for our virtual ceilidh, and we hope to see you here live next year.
1, 2, 3. A sound of beat-rock, loud and high, from John O'Groats to the Isle of Skye, and all the clans that slogans cry to rise and follow Charlie. Oh, from every hill and every glen are gathering fast the loyal men. They grasp their dirks and shout again, hurrah for Royal Charlie. Asheed 'em home and foam and foam, asheed 'em home and foam dark calots, field of gore. Hark, they shout, they more, they freely fight. What can they more? They die for Royal Charlie. I see them home and home and home. I see them home and home and home. I see them home, home and home. To rise and follow John. Here we go. Well, I see them home and home and home. I see them home and home and home. I see them home, home and home. To rise and follow Charlie. Hey!
She's the heart of the Highlands. She's the queen of the island. She's the light after storms, she's the air. And if you get lucky, you may come to know her. She got the angel's share. And there's something about that light in her eyes. Could be the toss of her hair, and it might be the lilt in her voice, I don't know. She got the angel's share. Well, she's the iris in springtime, the rowan in fall. She's a smile to erase all your cares. She's a bird on the wing, she's the reason I sing. She got the angel's share. And there's something about that light in her eyes. Could be the toss of her hair, and it might be the lilt in her voice, I don't know. But she got the angel's share. Question, of course, how will she survive being so much of vapors and air? Well, if you remember the light over sky, you'll remember the angel's share. And remember still that light in her eyes. Remember the toss of her hair. Remember still the dance in her voice. Remember the angel's share. And there's something about that light in her eyes. It could be the toss of her hair, and it might be the lilt in her voice, I don't know. But she got the angel's share.
Well, I took a stroll down an old long walk of a day. Met a little girl and we stopped to talk on a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, tell me what would you do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? And I knew right then I'd be taking the world round the Salt Hill prom with a Galway girl.
were halfway there when the rain came down of a day. She asked me up to her flat downtown on a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, tell me what would you do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? So I took her hand and I gave her a whirl, and I lost my heart to a Galway girl. Well, when I woke up, I was all alone, with a broken heart and a ticket home. How I ask you, friend, tell me what would you do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? I've traveled around, been all over this world, boys. I ain't seen nothing like a Galway girl.
fishermen tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and its bitter memories, casting out my sweet line with abandonment and love. No ceiling bearing down on me, set the starry skies above with light of my head. You're my arms. Headed the heartland like a cannon in the rain, with the beating of the sleepers and the burning of the coal. Coming town flashing by, and the night is full of soul with light of my head. Here's my arms. Oh.
Oh, I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me these last few days. I've been afraid, but I might drift away. So I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I come from, and that's the reason why I seem so far away today. Ah, but let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. This Caledonia's been calling me, and I'm going alone. If I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. This Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I have moved and I kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving. I've lost some friends I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the ladies, left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I've traveled hard with conscience flying somewhere in the wind. Ah, but let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia's been calling me, and I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. 'Cause Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I'm sitting here before the fire, an empty room and a forest choir, with flames that could not go any higher. They've withered, now they're gone. But I'm steady thinking my way's clear, and I know where I will be tomorrow, when the hands are shaking, the kisses flow, and I will disappear. Oh, but let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. This Caledonia's been calling me, and I'm going alone. And if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. 'Cause Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. And if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. 'Cause Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
In a neat little town they called Belfast, well, apprentice to trade I was bound, and many an hour sweet happiness well, I spent in that neat little town, till bad misfortune befell me and caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relations. Follow the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with the black velvet band. Well, his eyes out strolling down Broadway, not meaning to go very far. Well, when I met with a pretty young damsel, she's selling her trade in the bar. watch she took from a customer and slipped it right into my hand. Then the watch came and put me in prison, bad luck with the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Next morning before judge and jury, for trial I had to appear. Well, and the judge, he said, you young fellows, the case against you is quite clear. Now 7 long years is your sentence, you're going to Bandyland. We're far away from our friends and relations to follow the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like a diamond, you'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. So come all you jolly young fellows, well, I hope you take warning by me. Well, for whenever you're out on the liquor, me lads, beware of the pretty colleen. She'll fill you with whiskey and porter until you're not able to stand. Well, and the next good thing you would know, me lads, you've landed in Bandyum's land. Her eyes, they shone like a diamond, you'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like a diamond, you'd think she was queen of the land. And she was! And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like a diamond, you'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like a diamond, you'd think she was queen of the land. And she was! And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Happy Highland Games, guys.
For fame and for fortune, I've wandered the earth. Now I come back to this land of my birth. I brought back my treasures, but only to find they're less than the treasures I first left behind. For these are my mountains, and this is my glen. The praise of my childhood will know me again. No lands ever claim me, though far I did roam. For these are my mountains, and I'm going home. Kind faces will greet me and welcome me in. How they will greet me, my kith and kin. This night at the Angle, old songs will be sung, and at last I'll be hearing my ain mother tongue. For these are my mountains, and this is my glen. The praise of my childhood will know me again. No lands ever claim me, though far I did roam. For these are my mountains, and I'm going home. For fame and for fortune, I've wandered the earth. Now I come back to this land of my birth. I brought back my treasures, but only to find they're less than the treasure I first left behind. For these are my mountains, and this is my glen. The praise of my childhood will know me again. No lands ever claim me, though far I did roam. For these are my mountains, and I'm going home. For these are my mountains, and I have gone home.
Oh, the lark in the morning, she rises up her nest, goes off in the air with the jewel on her breast. I like the jolly flower boy, she whistles and she sings.
She comes home in the evening with the jewel on the wing. Oh, Roger the ploughboy, he is a dashing blade, go lilting and a singing all through the leafy glade. He met his Aunt Susan, she's handsome but a Claire. She's far more enticing than the birds all in the air. Oh, the lark in the morning, she rises up of her nest, goes off in the air with the jewel upon her breast. And like the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She comes home in the evening with the jewel upon her wing. As they were riding home from the fair old little town, the meadow it was beautiful, they had it all laid down. Then the young girl tumbled all in the new own hay. Take me now and never, boy, the young girl she did say. Oh, the lark in the morning, she rises up her nest, goes off in the air with the jewel upon her breast. And like the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She comes home in the evening with the jewel upon her wing. It's been 20 long weeks now since all of this had passed, and her mother asked the young girl why she thickened round the waist. It was the jolly ploughboy, the young girl she did say, he caused me for to tumble all in the newborn hay. Oh, the lark in the morning, she rises up her nest, goes off in the air with the jewel upon her breast. And like the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She comes home in the evening with the jewel upon her wing. To the ploughboy, wherever he may be, if you ever have a bonny lass sitting on your knee, with a pint of grooks and porter, she'll make the rafters ring. She'll make you far more happy than a prince or a king. Oh, the lark in the morning, she rises up her nest, is off in the air with the jewel upon her breast. And like the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She comes home in the evening with the jewel upon her wing. Here's a hail to the ploughboy, wherever he may be, if you ever have a bonny lass sitting on your knee, with a pint of good strong porter, she'll make the rafters ring. She'll make you far more happy than a prince or a king. Oh, the lark in the morning, she rises up her nest, goes off in the air with the jewel upon her breast. And like the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She comes home in the evening with the jewel upon her wing.
Rising early in the morning at 7:45, I woke up early one morning, I was lucky to be alive. I hitched up my horse, saw my business to pursue, fall back to hauling cordwood like I used to do. While I was hauling one cord, I should have been hauling four. Stopped so long in Martin Town, I couldn't haul no more. The tavern doors was open and the whiskey it was free, and when my glass was empty, another one's there for me. Yep. So I went down the Flower Rose to ask the man his name. Well, he was on one hell of a spree and I was on the same. Well, they'd heard that evening, all the both of us agreed to go down and see where the fiddler was to be. While I was hauling one cord, I should have been hauling four. Stopped so long in Martin Town, I couldn't haul no more. The tavern doors were open and the whiskey it was free, and when my glass was empty, another one's there for me. Oh. Well, for the prettiest maidens ever set sail from France, for the prettiest maidens they got up on the floor to dance. Well, Kelsey was a fiddler because her heart was strong. She played those reels of Ireland for 4 hours long. While I was hauling one cord, should have been hauling four. Stopped so long in Martin Town, I couldn't haul The tavern doors were open and the whiskey it was free. And when my glass was empty, another one's there for me. Oh, we hitched up, oh babe, and we had the night so still. We scarcely drew a breath till we reached old Apple Hill. The people, they were astounded, but what were they to say? They must have used a spyglass and they never had found their way. But I was hauling one cord, should have been hauling four. Stopped so long in Martintown, I couldn't haul no more. The tavern doors was open and the whiskey it was free. And when my glass was empty, another was there for me. Here we go! At the Highland Games one night, we sang and danced and played well, much of the crowd said height. And when the gig was over, they hollered just one more. We got back up and played until the beer would flow no more. But I was hauling one cord, should have been hauling four. Stopped so long in Martintown, I couldn't haul no more. The tavern doors were open and the whiskey it was free. And when the glass was empty, another was there for me. So come all ye ladies that tell tale about. Oh, never mind your tavern, cause we're bad enough without. Go back to Hall and Cornwood, we'll whistle and we'll sing. I'm sure we'll never be on such a hell of a spree again. While I was hauling one cord, should have been hauling four. Stopped so long in Martintown, I couldn't haul no more. The tavern doors was open and the whiskey it was free. And when my glass was empty, another was there for me. And when my glass was empty, another one there for me. Hey! It was a cold and frosty morning in December. Oh, and all of me money it was spent. Oh, and where I spent it, Lord, I can't remember. So I was down to the shipping office I did went. Said, Paddy, lay back, pick up your slack. Oh, take the turn around the couch and haul away. Oh, Lord, ship station boys be handy. Oh, we're bound for a hell of a rise around the horn. Well, that day there was a great demand for sailors. Oh, to the colonies, to Frisco and to France. So I shipped the borderline, me bound for Hartsburg. And I got fairly drunk on my month's advance. Said, paddle back, pick up your slack. Oh, take the turn around the caption all the way. Oh, Lord, ship station boys be handy. Oh, we're bound for a hell of a rise around the horn. Now there were Russians and Dutchmans and Germans. Well, there was Jolly Jack who came across from France. And not one of them could speak a word of English, but they all answered to the name of month's advance. Said, paddle back, pick up your slack. Oh, take the turn around the caption all the way. Oh, Lord, ship station boys be handy. Oh, we're bound for a hell of a rise around the horn. Hup! sore. And I knew that I was outward bound again, when a great big burly voice came from the doorway. Ah, get up, your buggers, and answer to your name. Said Paddy, lay back, pick up your slack, oh, take the turn around and caption all away. Oh, Lord, ship station, boys, be handy. Forward bound, we're hell of a rise around the horn. Now I wish I was in the old Atlantic. Oh, with these empties sitting and drinking beer. And what jolly chaps, I say they are those empties. And with if ever I write my way a tear. Said Paddy, lay back, pick up your slack, oh, take the turn around the caption all away. Oh, Lord, ship station, boys, be handy. Oh, we're bound for a hell of a rise around the horn. Oh, yes, we're bound for a hell of a rise around the horn.
This video is proudly sponsored by the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry.
There's an age-old adage that home is where the heart is. For some people, Glengarry is the place they were born. For others, it's the home of their ancestors. And for some, it's their chosen home. And for many, it's a destination one time a year, and maybe just for that weekend, to be just a little bit Scottish. Regardless of your connection to Glengarry, there is a tug at the heartstrings. Ken McCrae, a composer and Glengarry native, wrote the song Glengarry My Home, which turned out to be a Glengarry anthem. So it's our hope that may memories and future visits always keep you thinking of this Scots bit of heaven.
In the hills of Glengarry, my heart lingers still, by the lakeside, the burnside, sturdy stone mill. In my dreams there I wander, with friends of my own, in that old Scottish county, Glengarry my home. Through the woods and the wilds, all the Highlanders came. They brought fame to Glengarry, and they gave it the name. And I cannot forget it wherever I roam. 'Tis a Scots bit of heaven, Glengarry my home. Though the heather blooms not, where the Scotch river flows, still a love for the old land, and every heart glows. Don't forget the old county, wherever you roam, but it's proud you should be if Glengarry's your home. How I love the old county, 'tis a heaven to see, and I love the young lassie there waiting for me, and I cannot forget it wherever I roam. 'Tis a Scots bit of heaven, Glengarry my home. It's been 200 years since the Highlander song first rang through the woods on the winter nights long. They sang of the hills and the lives they had known in their once happy days in Glengarry my home. They were stripped of their Gaelic, their tartan and song. They had nothing but memories which they passed along. There's no myth, there's no wonder, just let it be known that your memories still live in Glengarry my home. When the end of life's story comes closer to me by a bend in a river, I'll bide just a wee bit hot day in summer. Oh, winter wind's blown, have a piper play o'er me. Glengarry, my home, wrap me round in my tartan with my old skiing do, and my cromach in hand, then I'll bid you adieu. Though it's far I must travel, I'll feel not alone. Heaven's filled with old friends from Glengarry, my home, and it's proud you should be if Glengarry's your home.
Well, we hope you liked what you saw. We had a lot of great competitors and performers and a lot of people that worked hard to put this on, and we want to thank them for that. But we want to most especially thank you for watching. And if you liked what you saw and you want to see it on a bigger scale, come back for the 73rd.
Hi, I'm Ian Donaldson, pipe major of the City Dunedin Pipe Band, current Grade 1 North American champions. Welcome to my backyard. Our bands always enjoy coming to Maxwell Highland Games. We really look forward to seeing you again there soon.
Hello, it's Huey McDonald here. I was looking forward to being part of the entertainment at the Glengarry Maxwell Highland Games this year. I always enjoy being part of that or being there, and so I hope to see you next year in 2021. Stay safe and stay healthy. Okay.
It's from the Quigley Highlanders Pipes and Drums from Laheel, Ontario.
Missing the Glengarry Highland Games this year, but hope to see you all next year. Stay safe. Slàinte.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian Cadell.
I'm Elizabeth.
And we're very disappointed that we won't be playing at the Glengarry Highland Games this year. However, let's hope that through our collective efforts, we can defeat COVID-19, and this will be the last time the Highland Games is ever cancelled. Take care.
Stay safe.
Hi, I'm Marielle Lesperance. I'm a Highland dancer from Ottawa, but I live in Nova Scotia now. I look forward to coming home to the Highland Games every year. It's a chance for me to get home and see all of my dancing friends, get to dance with all the people I grew up dancing with, and I'm really sad that it can't happen this year, but I'm also really looking forward to next year. I can't wait, and I will see you all there.
I'm Susie Lajoie from Nova Scotia. I've thrown at the Glengarry Highland Games in the women's pro class for the past 4 years. Heartbroken not to be there this year, but it's in the best interest for all of us. Be safe, stay strong, see you in 2021.
Colin McClellan here. I used to live in Maxwell. Coming to you from Edinburgh here, and just want to send greetings to everybody over there, and I hope on the day of the games everybody is able to raise a glass, have a dram, look forward to next year where everybody will get to go to the Great Highland Games again. Cheers, all the best.